means interest rates are going.
Order. Question number 7, Honourable Phil Heatley.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Social Development and asks, what reports has she received about the support the government is providing to grandparents?
Order. I'm going to have to... Order. Order. We need a more sensible and rational approach to announcing an election date. Can we have a question number 7 from the Honourable Phil Heatley, please?
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And my question is to the Minister for Social Development.
Order.
Mr Speaker.
Point of order from the Honourable John Banks.
It'd be helpful if you could tell Robertson and his crowd over there to shut up because I can't hear the Minister behind me.
Order. The problem is on this occasion there's a conversation going across from both sides of the House. If both members could cease, we could then hear the question from the Honourable Phil Heatley. Honourable Phil Heatley.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And my question is to the Minister for Social Development and asks, what reports has she received about the support the government is providing to grandparents and other family members raising children?
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, last year I announced that the government was providing new financial support to grandparents and wider family members raising children whose parents can't look after them. I am very pleased to say I've received a report that shows nearly 6,000 children are already benefiting from the new payments worth almost $3 million. One of the payments, the start of the year payment worth up to $550, provides a bit of extra help for items like school uniform and other costs at the beginning of a school year.
Supplementary question, Honourable Phil Heatley.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister, what other support can these carers access?
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, family caregivers do an amazing job by taking on these children, providing them with stability and care that has often been lacking in their lives. It can be expensive to take on a child at first, so in addition to the start of the year payment, carers receiving the unsupported child's or orphan's benefit can also get a one-off grant of $350 when they first take the child into their home.
Supplementary, Mr
Supplementary question, Honourable Phil Heatley.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister, why is it important to support grandparents and other relatives raising children?
Mr Speaker,
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Around 12,400 children, some of whom have been neglected or abused by their parents, are cared for by grandparents and wider family members. These children often need more help than most to reach their potential. And Mr Speaker, I would also like to add that the start-up payment for at the beginning of the year, the nominations for that close at the end of the month, so if members would like to let any constituents know that they are eligible to apply, and we would welcome their receiving that from them.
Question number 8, Andrew Williams.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister of Veterans Affairs, are there any areas where he believes war veterans are not receiving adequate support for their service to our country?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Yes, Mr Speaker. Well, I think that veterans are generally very well supported. The Law Commission review identified a number of improvements to the level of that support, which is why this government agreed a $60 million package to better support veterans, including a complete rewrite of the 60-year-old War Pensions Act. I was pleased to introduce the legislation into the House last year. It's before the Select Committee, and I look forward to their report. I should also add that the government increased war pensions and surviving spouse pensions by 5% over and above the rate of inflation, and I think that's a tangible sign of the extra support that this government is providing.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Andrew Williams.
To the Minister, why have almost 7,000 veterans' applications, nearly half of all applications, been declined in the last 3 years, often on the grounds that the veterans' medical records were either incomplete or had been lost or misplaced?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, the member is referring to a reply to an OIA request provided to him in a letter dated 15 November 2013. I should point out to the member that, quote, information is unable to be provided in